coming to you live. 0700 hours, 16 minutes. Excuse me. Thursday, October 1st, 2018. You are the $1 million dream. And I put the crack era. I want to talk about that real quick before I go into you are the $1 million dream. It was a time when drugs was pumped into our. I'll be back. There's a time drugs was pumped into our communities when it was the closest to a community we was ever gonna get. And it's the 60s, 70s, 80s, and then the 90s. The era was the 70s and the 80s, especially the 80s. I was born in 82. That's when America decided to allow drugs to enter into the states illegally. They could have stopped it. There was no reason for that the drugs being entered couldn't be intervened. If they really wanted to stop a lot of things, it would happen. That's why I don't listen to a lot of history because a lot of history is a lie. I know if we had to just stop that, it wouldn't happen. They was really policing the borders, like policing the border. I don't have to put up a wall to stop people from coming in. If you got a lighthouse, if you got boats, you got we got all these inventions. Supposedly we call it what we call it new innovation, technological advances. You telling me you didn't know about boats was coming in with crack being sold, being grown in like the South. If you grow everything in the South and pump it to the North, East, and the West, it's going to move, and you can watch it. I'm not saying you had control. It's like we've been had border patrol, we had been had homeland security. It was at a different level. They knew what's going on. If I walk by a plant like that's a weed plant, that's a berry. I know what's going on if I'm actually in my city. If I'm having airplanes fly over the land and take pictures, I know what's going on in the land. I'm not oblivious to how what we allow to happen to what we see now. It's the cause and effects, which we somehow want to get around it. That's still baffling to me. That's when I start with that, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna start alive because we seem to forget. And this was like revelation this morning. Even though you know it's there, these are everything I keep talking about. Think about when the last time you heard about a lot of these things or events, situations, these historical places in history, their story, history, and all this different. Think about the last time. So I told you this is why it's called history. Is whoever the person's story. So I just say, what's your story? Whoever's telling that's their story. I can't call them a lie. I can't say that didn't happen because I wasn't there and I wasn't alive in most cases to be there. But I know I was alive now in the last 35 years. We the Oklahoma City bombing. The most recent one was the Las Vegas shooting. The the school shootings, the bombings, the 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, Prince Port out Haiti, the what happened in Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria, South Carolina, North Carolina, Harvey, Houston, Florida, all the places that was affected by this. Virgin Islands. What else happened? We had the Million Man March. We did it twice. From when I was born, it was the second one without Martin Luther King. We have Black Lives Matter. We then I saying history never changed. Racism never changed since we never eradicated. That never changed. Poverty never changed because we didn't eradicate We are just now educating ourselves in war. So I'm gonna get with poverty. So ended at that, like all events, like we act like it didn't play no part into what we see now. We act like I keep saying the next generation is better. How? I don't, and it sounds funny. It is, and it's like that's like people like that's being negative. I'm gonna be truly. I want to be honestly truthful. How was the next? I'm gonna leave it at this. How was the next generation better? And it was taught by the last generation. The generation was taught by that generation, and then we still have generations which people don't want to forget. There was crack babies. I like not being funny. I looked at a woman like Revelation. I was like thinking about a lady that I work with. I'm like, why she look like this other lady? They don't even realize how much they resemble each other, and you can watch in their head when they was there. I guarantee you, their parents used some type of drug, just like my parents. They used some type of drug. My mother used some type of drug before I was born, or they was getting these shots that they keep telling us we need. And this guy that was Jewish, that he didn't want nobody to know at the job that he was Jewish, whatever. You're not Jewish, but okay, you chose that as a religion. It's a religion. That's not your bloodline. And I guarantee you that that's not his bloodline. And if it is, that'd be funny. And I mean, he got it right. I mean, his family knows something that we don't know. But he was working a regular job like me. So either he was being like just working to work, or he have no idea what it means to be truly Jewish. So as we the drug was pumped, you got to think about how it affected your birth as a child, the children that came up, the what we see now as the so-called millennial, the baby boom, Generation X, generation. It's like I don't go by all of that. I go by what was the education. We got public schools called the education system. Colleges are institutions. All you're doing is this is when I use the word teaching and training. Literally, what you just need to basically know. You're not going out there. Not you're not telling them to go out and go look for information. That's education. Learning more of a skill. Start learning more than what you know, so you would never not have or never like right now. You can go out and make a whole bunch of money, but people only if you're born in a certain way area, you're not truly educated. So your mind is only fixed on a certain type of way to make money. You're limited into your production, who you are, what you can produce. So that's how I say you become a product of your environment. And then you only limited by the information you know. But then it's like we start blaming each other. Like such as we blame like, well, how would they know? Well, after a while, if you want to do better, it's like it's as you should know because you want to do better. It's not that you should know all information. If I don't want to be as I see a lot of men are just only want to get with one of their con their trick quest instead of their quest is to have a lot of sex. That's easy. Now I can pay for it. So as long as I make enough money, I can pay for enough sex to conquer that, to conquer the trick. To be I can be, but I'm really defeated. I'm defeating my whole purpose of my sexuality. Nobody thinks like that. But you still got men 40, 50, 60 thinking that's a quest. And then they have to make it up. Well, I want to get I'm 60 now, I should get married. Cool. But I'm not gonna you shouldn't forget but how you was. Like so at 60 all of a sudden you lived your whole life. It's never too late to educate yourself. But in the matters of your character and who you are, I'm gonna be like, okay, so it's like it's you making your life meaning become meaningless. Nobody told you how you that's actually that's not a good frame of mind to go from literally from the age of truly knowing and educating yourself. So like yeah, from like 20 to 60, you thought it was okay just to conquest women, or you 47, your marriage is waiting for your wife. Your kids wouldn't be who they are because if you look at your mentality, I don't care what nobody say. Mentalities don't change. So a lot of people do need help. That's why I say maybe that hood do need that woman that's a lawyer. Because there's no way if he met a woman of the same of who he is, it wouldn't work. And if she only wanted the man, they wouldn't never become nothing. But somebody had to come out of themselves. They start having children and they want more. Somebody gonna have to be very aware that education is important. I don't mean just going to college. I don't mean just going out graduating high school getting a degree. Education is knowing the information you need to know to about a house, about they call it the investment vehicle. I call it that too. Your stock, your account. Even if you don't have a bank account, you save money. You put money away. You got a safe in your home. You got a little box you can lock. See, and we always just think of one way. I was watching Brain Game when they took a ball, a rope, in it was a string, a ball, and I think I recall a wood piece, like a 2x4 but smaller. Cause size is a small bat. They say make a game out of it. The average child came up with 10 games. The average adult came up with 4 or 3. Think about that. So as we become adults, we start thinking of being. That's the one I'm gonna make too. Being very creative. That's why I titled this topic. You are the $1 million dream. A dream cannot come to fruition. It will not come to light. You will not be lit. It means to light up to show your light, who you are. Whether you're made for your purpose, your focus and position, and your mission, it would never come if it wasn't for you. People keep saying, and I never say that. It's a lot of stuff that's always said traditionally and just that's regurgitated and reiterated just for no reason without no understanding. It's when I first started going to church, not say becoming a Christian, never became a Christian because I never looked at it as I'm a Christian. People associate it because the church I've been to, or like they went to Kojic Church and it was Pentecostal. I didn't even know it was Pentecostal. I was going to, and see that was the thing. I wasn't going for the name or to be labeled. I was going for the understanding of who the Creator was. And I learned a book could not just show me. I had to tap into who I was. Until I was in my low place, I didn't truly know who the spirit of the Creator, the Almighty, the Father was. Because I was just being shown by other people like he was great. I'm watching people not work hard. And I don't care what nobody say. And I hate when people be like, he worked harder than you. But then when you know a lot of people, I literally watch people just pray. And I'm like, wow, this worked for them. I thought it was going to work for me. But I was a working type. So basically on your type of who you are, and then somebody keep telling you, well, it's going to work for you. You have to learn what type of person you are for it to work for you. If you're a person that's usually a doer and things work out that way, still become a doer. Don't stop being a doer. If you're the type of person that you literally can sit there and do nothing, you can get favored the car, you can get favored income. By all means, it works for you. It don't work for everybody the same way. And that's what we gotta, and that's what I would say. I would challenge and guide you and let you know it may not work for you. I'm gonna be very truthful. Even the Creator will be truthful to you. So why would a person be truthful? Like, I'm not gonna preach and have sermons and it don't work the same. I'm like, this may not work for you. It might take a little bit more. Like if I was gonna say, well, I know for me, it took a lot of effort to get to where I'm at today. It didn't take. My mother and father wasn't financially well off for me to have the luxury of them just to give me 3-day cars. So at 16, somebody was their family was well off. So a young man at a young age was able to get a new car. My family wasn't able to do that. We was able to get like my father leftover car, which my sister did get. That was cool. She was the oldest. And then went down the line, but he ended up just sticking to. So that was our one chance. So she did get the small chance of the opportunity of having a car at a young age. So it was cool. But all 4 of us, okay, that wasn't and we understood that. She's the only one that had her license at the time. Only one that had like just was doing that. So yeah, she had a car. Or some family getting inherited money or the luxury of having a house. A lot of people don't have that. So as I speak to people, I say make sure you that apply. You got to make sure that applies to you first. And it sounds funny, even religion. If you go into a religion, you got to make sure. And I'm not saying that if you want to choose Taoism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Nation of Islam, or being a Muslim, Naji, Seven Percenters, 7 Day Adventist, Christian, Catholic, Roman Catholic, Baptist, whatever you want to be, Jehovah Witness, whatever you want to be, make sure that applies to you first. Don't apply to everybody. That's the first divide and separation is man and woman. Then when we get to religion, it's so many branches of it. See, we want to come and talk about the $1 million dream, how to be a community or finally be a community, but we never seek the truth. I'm listening to people like lives. I hear a person like truly like, well, F the dudes that sell drugs. I don't need to talk to them. But those are dudes that's gonna build the community back. Because those the ones that should, regardless if they was breeded and nurtured and fostered to become drug dealers. But those are the ones we need. Those are the ones that most likely need more love. And the ones that need just as much love is the ones that's doing well off. And they say here, why I have to go through this? Why I have to stay in my neighborhood? See, and we're gonna leave out people. I'm here to say I'm not leaving out one person. In my mind, that's why we have people. That's why you become a community. So the community reminds you, man, you leaving me out. We even had discussion. How can you be pro? Pro mean is to be active. Pro to mean is to, and you add on every word mean is to go forward. Pro mean to be active and go forward. So if you pro black, so what we call black in America is indigenous or African descent people, Moors or whatever you Pan African or wherever you are. That's to go forward in our civilization and nation again. So we all can be one. That's to go forward. And then if but when you leave out the people, that's suffering. The little kids that's suffering because of the drug was pumped into the neighborhoods and their family is feeding off the drugs. They don't understand research. They not had an education or knowledge, or they don't have a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to know that you're the $1 million dream. You're the prize. We tell women that they're special. I was talking to a lady. She kept telling me, I'm gonna tell my daughter she's special. Like, what about your son? He gonna be told he's special, but my daughter gotta let her know she's extra special. I was like, see, and that's where we're gonna kill have a problem. But we keep trying to say better, better, better. And all the creator just told me, he said you can do the community and unity. I'm down with that. That's something that's a higher task. But most charity begins, love begins at home. Home. Look at your family. Where's the love in your family? Forget going to Africa. Stop looking at LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey, Morgan Freeman. Who else like to advocate? I don't care what they do. They home not right. I don't care Kanye West, Snoop Dogg. They home not right. Did they make it right? You had Uncle Luke, the one that did the songs we all love, R. Kelly. Is they homes right? No. I don't care what they do. They home's not right. My home's not even right. My family not together. But I still like to, but I like to like let you remember that, reminisce on that. Man, my uncle don't talk to my uncle. Why? I guarantee you, or the sister say, I don't have no sister. It's over the dumbest things. But that's what it's taught, bred and nurtured and breeded into us. That's the hate. That's the racism. Racism in the family. See, we looking at just the race. Yes, race on race. It can be racism. Not reverse racism or some institutionalized racism. There's regular, that's racism because that is the preaching of hate in your own race. Or that's the preacher of hate another race. So that applies to your race as well. You hate your own race. It's not, you're not hateful because and I ask people, what about the people that's doing well and they don't find love in there? I mean love. It's rare that I see intermingle, interracial. To me, when I see interracial and intermingling love, The person not the woman and man's not talking about they being a swirler. They're not talking about this is why I don't date my own race. You know what they're doing? How we say it again? We live like I'm use the word how I'm trying to be modern and relevant. They're living their best life. So basically just living their life. They're not worried about. And if they do want to advocate for whatever they want to advocate, they advocate. It's a little easier because they're not. You can make your life much easier than what it is. Where you hear my life is not hard whatsoever. Everything is basically through observation, and then the creator gave me the opportunity to talk about it because it touches me first. When I see a child not able to have the same as another child, I'm not looking at the parents. I'm just looking at as the world as a whole. I was like, it's not hard to go get a cow or Walmart bike. All children, as a child, everything is cheaper. People don't notice that. People are like, oh, it costs more money. No, if you buy brand name clothes, your child's not going to have a lot of clothes. You buying your Jordans is $200 for people. For a child, Jordans is over $100 still. And if you got one, two, three children, you about to spend. If you're going to buy Jordan, that's about gonna be close to $400 to $600, and all those clothes. They're gonna be like up to $1,000 or more. We got four or two, the more children. Nobody's saying this though, but we all talking about the same. Like first, keep the people keep going on a lot, like they're saying the same things, but eventually they get back into the same things. I even have to check myself. Is I'm really guiding and challenging, or and sometimes I just speak to, and I'd say I'm speaking to from my heart where I'm coming from. Most of my lives to get back into my life because that's what our experience is. But I know my experience can change. But I had to learn too. I am a prize. I am the dream. Without me, the dream do not go forward. There is no progress. There's no pro. That don't make a person less than what they are because they choose another path. Because members is on say on to all. When I say on to one, I say on to all. Your choice, your path, your journey. Not one person's gonna have make the same choice. We gotta make a choice. Not the choices may not be the same. We all gotta go on a path. It's ours and our journey. We all gotta live life. The journey is life. The path is which way. It's already you know to go that way. Do you want to go that way? It's your choice. You can get back on the path. The path is your road. If a tree fall in your road, you can get information to watch out for that tree and not go that direction. Or you can wait till you get to the tree and go around. Or you can start the route from where you at now and make yourself all the way around the tree. So when you get to the tree, you already around it. And when you look back the tree, you can see like, oh, I'm happy I took that deep. Or some people might say, well, take the same amount of time and get to the tree and just go around. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a choice that we got to make. It's nothing wrong with people's choices, especially if it's on their own path. If my path is not the same as some, my dream is not the same. My community unity can my business idea, and it's not a small. Stop using small. If you're talking about being great, because greatness you are great. You are greatness. You were made for greatness. You're going to be better than what you even. And people want to realize that's why I don't pray like people. I don't because they say thank you. They keep asking for permission over and over. In prayer, I hear a lot of you keep asking for permission over and over. You keep saying thanks over and over. It's another thing that we do. We ask the same things over and over. And even in some aspects, you got to think one time like if I prayed about my family yesterday and I use names and people, why don't we keep doing that? It's already sent out into the spirit, the atmosphere, like the law is all we go by, but the spirit, meaning the covering of all. The law is all because it's a worldly thing. It's a people thing. It's what we need as beings on this earth with this flesh we have, this vessel. But the spirit is without a vessel. So it's a covering. It's a calm. See, there's a com. See, COM and CALM. And see, it's funny how the words sound the same. I was talking to a guy. He's like, "Man, you is right about words." I was like, "It's like, I like, man, this go deep. Like I say, this deep as a well, like a rabbit's hole, an ant hole. It goes deep. Man, this is deep, and nobody pays attention to it because you know why? And if you ever notice the word, nobody pays attention. There's no price to pay attention. Think about it. So why we up there praying and doing all these things, but nobody's doing the actual work? We have prayed, save my son from the streets. A mother will cry. No, don't pray that. Speak to the creator boldly and come to you like talk to him like he a person. Say, go send a man to grab my son off the street. Put my son in a situation where there's a person that can help him and he won't. That's stuff you got to say and do. Like when I meet people, I'm like, man, I can be the difference, but let me get my life together first. So these people don't have to do that. So they can be, I talk to people and they'll bring up like everybody okay, I'll talk about going back to school. Everybody know, well, if you go to school for 10 years, like that's financial aid. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about there are grants out there where you don't have to pay back. Any resource, whether it's going to last for 2 years, 1 year, 5, 6 months, that's an opportunity. That's a chance to do more. Don't never. That's what I tell the lady. She had said that. It's like, well, you know, the HR 1242 is only 2 years. So what? I wanted to say, so what? I got to email her. I was like, don't knock an opportunity, whether it's a year, 6 months, or what. It's going to work. We got to 2020. It's 2018 to use the HR 1242. Nobody had contacted me on that. That was my first live. That was spirit. I know that was important. I connected with one person because I was watching her. Everybody else is like, oh, you a rookie. You want, yeah, I'm untrained because there's no. I'm here so people can. It's gonna be on at the right time. I'm here, like I stated. What I've been through, I'm gonna make sure that the next person that sees me don't have to go through that, or I can guide them. I was like, I may not have how to literally. I don't know how to do the grant. I don't know how to write a grant, but I know if you. I've been practicing, and it's hard. If you're doing everything on your own, that's why being by yourself is hard. So if you got somebody that care for you and care for them, try to work on that and talk about building. If you're in a relationship and you're not building, growing, and forming, I don't know what that is. That's just relations. And then that's when you don't even say nothing. Like if I had a person that I wanted to run a business and they can't be part of your business, I'm sorry. Business and personal does go together. I'm not going to even apologize because that person is part of your life. Your business is part of your life. And I was saying, don't call your business, I'm running a small business. No business is small. There's only small-minded people. And if you're small-minded, your business is never going to work. If your business don't grow in your mind, it's not going to work. I see like memes that say, if something about your business, if your dreams are, if you can do your dreams or however it goes, I mean they're not big enough or something. Like how do that go to make sense of it? If you're not scared of your dreams or what you're trying to do, however it goes, you're not scared of your dreams or they're not big enough or something stupid. Like that don't make sense to me. I just be looking at a lot of these posters and memes on these social media. They just like a lot of them supposed to be about empowerment. They're negative empowerment. Like I see by men and women, like men that say they tell women a man to do this, and that, and then those men probably don't do that. But not all men has that luxury or opportunity. And just because you make more money or you have certain things don't make that a better man. I want to, if anything, for me, you already know me. It's about your character, personality, and attitude. What's your morals and values? What make you good? Like, what's your positive on your ethics and your moral? Forget a standard. I don't care about a standard. Everybody got a standard. The standard is like what bar you gonna reach. I'm not looking for a bar. I'm looking at the person because the standard can change, just like an experience. People like I meet black women, and we talk about, oh, white guys do this. So you met a few white guys, which you have not indulged in their life. You have not had a meaningful conversation with, and you telling me that's. And I had a girl like, yes, she's the one girl that I was just talking to, one lady, I mean, and she was like, the white guy treated her the best. I was like, yes, because you allowed them to. You're as I was like, as we talk, you're not even allowing me to do what you even said he was too. Like you implied he did this, but can I talk? Can I do? Can I tell you about how? I guarantee you, you didn't talk about what we talked about. I bet you didn't talk about the world on the basis of what we go through. He went to work. He didn't really have to worry about somebody not trying to promote. He was the privilege of his color or who he was got him where he needed to go. Of course, he's gonna seem happier, but you want me to be happy and just kiss your butt. I saw the kiss ass syndrome, and when I come home and not talk about nothing I've been through, but you can say you a pee on your ex, and you even if he was on fire, you wouldn't even pee on him. You want to bang your the white dude that was being treating you biases and prejudiciously based on your skin color compared to the other people of a different skin color nationality. But that was okay. As soon as you had a problem with me making a life choice, whether I choose to literally, if I help, I can die or lose a limb, but then say God to help me. So I was like, what's the purpose of her? And it's things we say. So you gotta start in like all aspects. Think about your dream. Like, and I was just talking to a lady yesterday in my Uber. She said she was with a guy. Okay, he was young. He was the block boy, the paper bag boy. He was the little thug. He was a little street hustler. He was a little hustler. Cool. She was okay with that. As I got older, she wanted more, and she said, "And law hustlers want more, even if it's just hustling and doing their thing." She was like, "He ain't want more. He, he even had a guy a good job." And she said, and she was like, "Okay, stop. Let's get this paper together and this let's work for the city." She worked for the city now, and this guy could not phantom what she was saying. But then he was telling her things like, "You don't want to be with him no more." Of course, she ain't want to be with him no more. And I heard stories vice versa. The woman ain't want to do nothing, but this is the one I heard from the woman. He didn't want to do nothing, so she had to leave him. But I'm quite sure she got something on her record she can't get off, or it's hard, and she got to explain it. But that's the choices you make. When you the $1 million dream, every choice you make should be productive to who you are. It should be on your purpose. Sometimes you go to areas where you shouldn't go, but you got a reason. You in your position. I heard stories which I don't know if they're true or not. People was in a place they never been and got his head. He got shot in the head by people. He's talking about God. The one guy so many years back, which that's when I started thinking more. When I started seeing little things like that. Why you get shot and you talking about God? Never once in my life I went to an area and not been where I'm supposed to be. I was speaking to a young man. He's like, I want to hear what you got to say. I said, cool. Other friend already had his gun pulled on me. He didn't even realize it. But I was like, I was like, and I say it dumb stuff. Like, if you're going to shoot me, shoot me. If not, put your gun away. Because that's very disrespectful. And I gave him an education. Like what you just did, you didn't even use your gun. Imagine if I was one of them dudes that was actually here with a gun. You wouldn't have went home and he wouldn't have went home to see his family. But you out here with a gun on the block, you own a piece of land near guys that don't give a damn about you. You got police ready to arrest you and shoot you for no reason. Whether you got a gun, and just because you have a gun, that don't make you dangerous. We already know that. But you're gonna use you don't understand why you have a gun or a weapon, and he could put it away. And he started listening to me. Then I was like, I bet you smarter than me. I bet you got more intelligence than me in per se of the way you comprehend. I was like, dude, you selling drugs. You good at fractions and multiplication and division. I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie at you. Some I couldn't even, and I would probably lie, and it'd probably be wrong 9 times off the top of my head, and I know it's probably wrong. I think it's 64. If it is, then I don't remember things that I don't go over a lot. That's what I say. You are the dream. If you don't do it, it don't work. So if I don't keep trying to practice, in my mind, the type of mind I have to play Sudoku. I have to play brain games. These little games they have that we call games, it's not games to me. I have to work on math problems. I got to work on because I will lose it if I don't keep going over it. And then I will sound like, oh, he 35, he don't know nothing. No, I don't use that a lot. I don't like we learned math in my life and not and being this is to be honest. You only really use like basic math. Even if you make $1 billion a year, you're not really using a lot of trigonometry or the exponents and all that. It's easy. I can easily go one, two. I can take 8 hours to count my if I had $1 trillion. Like let's say I had $1 million. I won't mess up. I won't even use fractions. I can just use multiplication and be okay and keep track and have a good life. I can go work at Burger King long as I save my money. I don't need all of that math. And that's the crazy part. I'm doing CNA work. I had to do a certain, I haven't used it yet. Even you got to learn equations. How can I solve this problem? So that's more, in life, you're going to use more solving part of the mathematics than the actual math itself. You're not going to need a lot of math. You're going to just need the basic math and the equations just in case. So equations of the arithmetics of when you're using trigonometry, you might have to say, well, I have this certain amount of money, and by next year I get paid this. Okay, now you're using the bigger, but that's not even hard because I still don't even need that. I don't even need to multiply yet or to divide. All I gotta do is say if I make 50,000 a year, so let's say you make, and that's the average of 42,000 a month, not 42,000, $4,200 a month, not a month. I think that's every week or every 2 weeks. If I sit down and do it, I did it before, just using just adding. I didn't even multiply. I just added. That's the funny part. I did not I used no multiplication, and then I used multiplication to get the same answer because that's the next level to it. And it was like 4,200 a week or every 2 weeks. So you would make close to like, I can't recall. Let me recall. Okay. 8,000, $8,400 a month or something like to make 50,000 a year. Take home money. If you know you're working a job without just do the basic, don't even utilize overtime. Your basic take home money is 50,000. And you know, okay, I'm not getting fired. I'm not gonna make less. I might get sick here and there, but you accumulated paid time off, PTO, and leave days. I'm gonna make 50,000 a year, don't matter what. You already can calculate that, how much you're gonna bring home. You pretty already know how much money you can spend. Have you ever done that? Think about that. Calculate how much you're gonna already, if you know you make on an average, if I don't do overtime or anything, I make on an average about $380 once a week. No overtime, just doing my regular full-time hours. So if I keep calculating 380, 380, 380, 380, 380 times 4, or you can do 380 4 times. So now do that for the rest of the year. I already know how much more money I'm gonna make that year. And then calculate if you already took the time out throughout the year to see how much you spend on groceries, food, car whatever you paying bills to, or all your expenses, and you do that, you already know how much money you got left over. So why would you spend more than that? Why would you do more than that? Unless you're gonna say I want to work more overtime, but you're not calculating overtime. You're only calculating what you know, and that's the problem with us. Like we the $1 million dream, we don't calculate what we know already. Like I hear people talk, I was like, what about the beginning stuff you learned before? Like I have to like my friend, I have to keep reminding him. He like to say things back to me, but it be like I get what you're saying, but that's not what I need. But I respect it because that's who he is. Only accept him as he is. So you accept you as you are. If you want better, I don't care if you never seen better. It's ways out there. Your mind is like we built a computer. Where do you think that came from? We built these electronic devices with calculators and all this processing. What's the close? That's us. That's our mind. Our mind stores information and delete it. It keeps it. Think about your mind. And as you get older, just like anything get older, it kind of like breaks down because you didn't repair it the correct way. Like if you are unhealthy, maybe at 40 as a woman, it'd be hard for you to have a baby. I'm not gonna listen to a doctor because all they do is doctors don't study herbal lifestyle, organic lifestyle. They study the medicine. So they're pumping you with drugs that's synthetic. So if you get in synthetic drugs your whole life and think you're gonna have a baby at 50 in a woman, yes, it's gonna be very hard. But if and then based on who you are, it's women that had children at 70, no complication. Their child not deformed, no nothing. They as normal as that child can be as per se normal. With none of the not no lameness. Lameness is like a disability that we call like all like not autism. Like they might have some type of crippledness, some type of brain less than like their brain might have came out wrong. Their vision might be met. Some one of their senses is not so great. But no, these children come out all right. And as they grow, they okay. Because this person is very healthy. So that's a lie. That's why people would say, you know what changes? Time is the only thing that changes over time. But time don't change. Think about that. Think about it. Time do not change. But I am truth, success, resolve, resolution. That's who I am. There's another one I had added to myself recently. Honesty. Honesty and trust is strong. But you are this $1 million dream that you seek of. Without you, it will not come to it will fruition means to bring to the light, to be lit. Every day I'm lit. No, you not. If you out there destroying people lives because you this is your only means of living, and I'm looking at you, if that's your only way it means of living, that means you're not alive. Because you are dead. You are crucified. You are fixed in, and that's who you're gonna be. That's a curse. I don't work with curses. I work with who I am. I know I'm better and stronger than what I used to be. This is one of my sayings I like to say. My new me is better than my old me. My past is my past. I haven't said this in a while. I am in the now, and the present. The present is a gift. You are given a gift and a talent. You can lose it. I used to draw. I'm not as good at drawing. I got to sit down and take that time out to get to where I didn't learn how to draw with these booklets. That's not how you learn how to draw. A lot of things you learn just through time and dedication and your diligence. Like dudes like you one of them cats that don't do diligence on reading the Bible. I did. You couldn't tell me nothing that's enough. And people are like, well, sometimes you understand through the spirit. What you think I did? Just because how you was giving it, I wasn't given the same way. When I read, we put ourselves in lowly places. I feel that in the spirit. We really did. We did mentally. We said we worried about so much about the physical death, but we wouldn't worry about the outcome. Like the guy that make invention, like the gun invention. As an inventor, I don't care. I mentioned this before. You knew all because you the inventor. You get like a high understanding of what you're going to produce and give to and show to people. Your mind is overthinking it's not underthinking, it's over. You constantly it's like as I go to sleep and lay down, it's like the gears of my brain. Now you like go to a complete stop at the stop sign. You never truly stop what you're supposed to, which is wrong. You're supposed to fully stop, especially in the school zone. I worked at a place, Narden Academy, and one day we had a long break because we were stripping and waxing the floors, which we was doing them wrong. Kept trying to tell our supervisor, but whatever. I watched 200 cars drive by. Only one came to a complete stop, and that was the school zone. But my idea of having to take your driver's license test or some type of supplement test every 2 to 1 years, or at least once a year, or some type of test is crazy. That's 200. So 199 kids would have been hurt. See, that's exaggeration, but that's truth. See, and that's how I look at. We put ourselves mentally in a lowly place. People in the Bible, it's about all the Bible explains slavery. It explained their way of slavery. So if I don't, and then I learned, if we don't choose the same way, we are wrong, or we don't want to talk to each other no more. I have no beef with if you want to be a Muslim, you want to be a monk, a nun, your belief is your belief, and even how you think. My only problem is, why are you getting mad at me? Even if you recited something wrong, why are you mad at me to the point where you don't even want to talk no more? And in your dream, why you give up? Who's stopping you? I hear people's like, I lost myself in a relationship. To me, it seemed like you just wanted to fit in. You didn't lose yourself. It's easy to lose. It's easy to lose yourself. Losing yourself is not knowing who you are, not becoming who you're supposed to become. How did the Creator give it to me? When you lose yourself in a relationship, you walked in a relationship, you used to go out. The substance. Now the substance of the things not seen, like a guy said, people that say they're not in love with the person no more must have been in high infatuation or lust. That's not true. The element of love is different types of elements of love. Because if you have H2O, two hydrogen, one oxygen, that creates water. Take out that one hydrogen. Make one hydrogen oxygen. That's not H2O. From my understanding, I think or recall that's helium. Water is a liquid, helium is a gas, and it will float up. Water shapes and form and whatever you pour it in. It can turn into a solid, or it can condensate and evaporate as a form of a gas, but it's still water because as it evaporates, it creates a mist or a cloud. And it can become a solid because you can freeze it. Think about that and how water works. That's the same way love works. If you were doing nothing towards love, so we used to go on dates, we used to hang out, we used to talk, and somehow you lost one of those elements and substance, it's okay because we can get that back. But if you just stop doing a lot of them, you can't fall out of love with someone. Because that means my love is not solely just based on I just love you just to love you. It takes some things to go through and the do. I'm not talking about money. I just say I want to walk together. Used to talk. That will require no money, no income, no dividend. We used to like hold hands. You don't hold hands. I remember a lady, she was speaking to us. She was like, her and her husband, the guy that she married, the man she married, she asked him one day, she got in the car. She was like, remember when we first met all the time? When we used to drive, we used to cuddle up with each other. And he just turned around. He was like, I never stopped doing that. He was like, you did. I was like, wow. And we always give statements about another statement that I hear is married people. Pastor asked the man, he always asks the man, if your wife couldn't have sex no more, would you still want to be with her? And all they do is put the spotlight on the man, which the spotlight was supposed to be on the couple because when you get married, you become one, correct? what you're doing affects the other person more. You can see it closely. And then I'd have turned around and said, now that you can't have sex, what is your worth to this man? But he only went home. He caused a little strife. People like, well, their relationship was strong. They wouldn't have caused nothing because that man would have answered. I was like, so it's one person in this marriage. They're going to aim for this courtship, this relationship, this partnership. There's only one person. You brung, and that's what causing. That's a stumbling block. That's what if you're going to lead your word, don't blame me for what the word say and you like to follow the word, but pay attention. Don't cause stumbling stops in people's lives. He was the pastor. He created a stumbling block because he challenged one of the persons and not both. And he ain't asked her. And just like I was watching this guy, he passed away, Patrice something. He was a comedian. He asked that question. He's like, "Women, what's your worth?" One woman talking about, "I got a booty hole." He's like, "Okay, I got a nose, I got a hand, I got a mouth." He's like, "All y'all women, none of y'all all went to the question." And this is for you young men and women too. Like when I say, I don't really have another way to say it. I don't curse a lot. I don't cuss a lot. I'm not like what you want to call parental. There's no such thing as parental advisory no more. They're showing everything on TV in the wrong perspective. They're just showing sex to show sex. ABC Family got more sex or just as much as HBO. Like, wow, it's just as much cussing on ABC Family than prime time shows that come on at 10 o'clock at night. There's no separation no more. The time the children are more active on TV, you getting the same television style of programs. See, style of programs. Grams of program. What's the weight of it? And you're going forward to bring of what? And it's bad. They're using a good word to become a bad word. But it's how you use it. Just like the worth of a woman. It's like, you're not going to learn more about him. If I was a walk around doing surveys, I ask couples real question. Forget what's their favorite color, since a woman try to tell me, you don't know my favorite color. But I know about you. See, that's the little things. I learned a lot about her without her saying it. I was like, the stuff you probably saying like this at this time, I was going through a stage in my life where my focus was kind of different. I was trying to show her I had a lot of love in me while I was being hurt. You couldn't turn on the news channel, black man this, or black woman this, and it's like I stopped watching TV because of that. But then I still had to go work in the world, whether I was owning my own business or not. People like, you have your own business. That's not true. I've done my own business and still had to go around people. I still had to interact with people because I can go home and heal, but I gotta go outside to see if the healing worked. I wouldn't have known. Like we say things, but then we don't think past what we say. Like another saying I have, become stronger than the day you were before. Today you might not be that great because there's something on your heart. It's heavy. But don't allow that to be your heart. Don't allow that to control who you are. Listen to your body. What I do, I listen to my body. I will call off of work and they were like, "Why are you calling off?" I don't want to be there. They was like, "Well, you have to." I was like, "Do you want me being there not in my right mind, or do you want me there being in my best mind? Because I can come, but don't ask me to be the best person." And to me, I got a lot of pride. I like my work. I hate not having the right heart and the energy into my work. Now, something happened. I was able to get the man, by having the right mind, I was able to get the man help fast enough. And when I had a right mind of being in my work environment, even though I'm in and out of everybody's room and I may not be able to serve it, I'm like, I'm going to come back. I'm able to go get that call, like, by that person on the toilet when I got to go get a brief. Or get them some extra paint, like some extra clothing, or go put their stuff in the wash while they on the toilet, while they having a bowel movement, so I can have their stuff washing and then go get the things I need and then go hit that call like, all right, you gotta go to back, you gotta go to, you want some water? Grab that thing, put water in it, and I'll make my way back. Sit it down, don't take it in other. See, when I'm in my right mind, my mind is thinking certain ways. Like, how can I do my job within my job? And to keep the part about me honest. See, I am honesty. I had to add that to myself because had to keep myself true and honest. Forget real. I don't want to be real. If you want to be real, take on that. I don't want to be real. I want to be who I intended to be, the person I am being. So my mind being right, you go to your job, make sure you get your right mind. If you're not in your right mind, don't go. We'll call off to go party. I call off to heal my body and mind. Oh, that rhymed. Accidentally. We'll call off the party, but we won't call off to hear our body and mind. And somehow body, mind rhymes in my head. Call it, I guess my friend said, I called my friend. He's like, that's a slanted rhyme. I'm like, oh, okay. Or he called it something. To me, it's like wordplay because I listened to the, oh man, Erica Mason did this recent rap. I don't like her music. It's like commercial and industry wise. I don't know why people do that, but whatever. The wordplay was so awesome. Go look her up, Erica Mason. It was like she did it like yesterday, like it's 5 days old. It's like a freestyle. Even though most freestyles is on the spot and then it's with what you did before. It's lovely. The wordplay is like, yo, you gotta rewind it. Every verse rewind it. Yo, I was like, I like her. That right there make me fall in love with a woman like this is other woman. I know I'm going off topic. Name Where is JD? I never met her, but I love her. I wish I could meet her. It's like everything about her spirit, we would vibe. But I don't have. And this is the thing, to be you are the greatness, you the $1 million dream. You may not be able to travel everywhere, but at least you can enjoy where you at. You may not be able to be happy. At least enjoy where you at. I'm enjoying where I'm at. It sounds funny to people. They probably hear me like, wow, you do sound happy. My voice sound happy. I sound happy to myself. But it sound crazy. People like, well, you serious. But then I'm smiling. It was like, how was this? This dude was like, dude, how's you smiling and being serious? Saying, because I don't have a frown face. They say it take more muscles to frown. Well, I don't even know what a frown look like. I know how the straight face look. I know how not to try my best not to smile. I can see somebody passing away and I'm smiling. And they were like, why are you smiling? Because y'all looking at death as that was the end of that person. Look at that person. It's like, what you talking about? You see their face? Their face not in pain. So why are you crying? And that's how I am. Because I know the greatness that, and I learned, the end is off. I learned, I'm going to say it again, you're going to go through some pain. The generations before didn't know, they didn't understand this. Now you got a chance, an opportunity to hear it from a person that's been through a lot of pain. I may not been through slavery pain, but I know it's a mental slavery still. Kanye West wasn't wrong. He said some other stuff that was crazy, but if you listen to truly what he was really trying to say, not the crazy stuff, not the part where you sound a little crazy part. I mean, truly listen. Slavery is a choice. It was always a choice. I don't believe in because if I say they went through slavery because they was beat up and that's wrong because that's a curse. And I listened to Terry Crews talk. I was like, so you big ass, like I'm happy God made me 6'5". I might be the dumbest 6'5" person. I remember I was getting robbed. I told the dude, you not gonna kill me. You ever see Boys in the Hood? I seen the dude stick out a gun. I stopped. I was like, I know this man ain't about to shoot me like Boys in the Hood. And the dude, I don't know if they heard me. I know it was like a dude driving. Think it was a girl in the passenger seat. And the girl on the left side. And I think it was the dude, like it was like in the movie, he literally landed out a window. He pointed it was an assault rifle. It was a type of assault rifle. It wasn't a shotgun. It might have been a shotgun. He lowered it out the window. It's like, no, that's not the dude. It was a white car. Drove off. And I've been there like, and I told these dudes was about to rob me, like, y'all gonna rob me? Y'all too small for me. And they walked away. And it's things like that I know you are the $1 million dream. If I can literally talk to people that got gun, I didn't say, and it sounds funny. And people are like, oh, you are covered. I know I'm covered because I know who I am. I know who the creator is. Just because in your mind, how you phantom, how I'll process who the creator, because I don't say God or Jesus, that don't make me less than what the creator can protect me. He know I know there is a creator, there's an almighty. I'm not using the word you using because that's not his name. I'd rather call him nothing than to call, I would say nothing. Can you hear me? I don't know your name. Can you show me your name? And the three universal names he gave me was Almighty, the Creator, and Father. He did not, because there's a ma and pa, the balance. Anything else, there's no balance to. That was man-made words that take power out. That's like if you, my name is Otha Williams Jr. My nickname is Junior, OJ, or you can call me Junior. Or call me by my name. That's who I will answer you by. Any other name, I'm not answering you. But if you traditionally stupid, like some people is like, I answer because that's what you keep calling me. That's not my name. And that's what our creator is doing. Like, you're traditionally stupid, so I'm going to answer you. I'm going to work in your favor. Like and see, explaining working in your favor is your $1 million dream. This is your dream I gave to you. I want to work in the favor of you, as long as you do your dream. I'll tell you my dream. I want to start my own healthcare service that's on healthcare. I want to get. I'm not into medical, but I'm gonna give them their. That's why I want to know these equations, how to give them their medication. But I want to establish we're gonna do a healthy lifestyle. If my people come in the house and you don't get none of the foods you suppose, that's going to hurt your body. You know how to get strong. You don't got to work out every day of the year. This is the funny part. For most foods to grow, it's a season. That's how you get strong. Sit down for 3 months and not watch TV literally every day. Put away your tablet. You don't need 3, 4, 5 years, but it's great. Now you start building your strength up to not want to be on social media. Eventually, you're not going to be on there. It's going to be easy just to click on, turn off all your notifications. Just click on it. Oh, this is going on? Okay, cool. And don't go back to it for 2, 3, 4 weeks or 3, 4, 5 days. Cool. It's easy. That's easy for me. I come on here to see what's going on. And then I listen to certain, and that give me ideas that connect to my spirit. So like, what can I do better with in myself? I don't have like drama feel. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop or what you call it, Ratchet TV, Housewife. That's counterproductive to who I am or what I want to see in my neighbor and surroundings. So we can be a community in unity. Just get together, a bond, not bindings and slavery and enslavement. So people don't like what you say because they're not listening. They hear what they want to hear. But in your works, you are the $1 million dream. Nobody, don't ever let somebody tell you less than who you are. I watch football players, and I was watching like a hit session. They was like the hardest hits. Everything I kept seeing was a lot of the guys was bigger that was running the little guys over. But then I seen the cases when the little guys learned the technique that knocked the big guy over. If you're bigger and stronger than me, I'm not about to lower pad on you. I'm not about to play bang time with you. I'm about to outsmart you. That's why I have never had a problem when I was smaller than guys. They looked at me. If you're going to drop on me, I'm coming to a part. I learned how to wrap up. And then when I was watching a lot of the hits, they was showing the kids how to wrap up, how to drop the shoulder, move your helmet out the way and tackle. A lot of them was unsuccessful because they was learning how to be successful. Now, okay, this work. And then as a child, they was all starting at a young age. Now these young kids, how we complaining about, oh, that's corny. That's them. They changed the rules for a certain no. These young men now are going to grow up and know how to tackle. You're going to see less concussions and brain injuries, spinal injury. You're going to see less of these guys when they get hit so hard they freeze. You're going to see less of that because they learning how to do it at a younger age. Of course, if you show that to me, I have to be willing. See, if you're not willing, and you keep saying it's not working, that means it's not willing. They keep saying like basketball, each era. Well, the '90s was tougher. No, they changed a little bit of the rules in the '90s, just like they did in the 2000s. So now we gotta adjust. So man, you when you go practice that too. Go practice how to cover the lane without standing in the paint. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to say, well, this is why. No, you get credit to one, get credit to the other. No, no one guy. If a guy have a, how is 11 not better than six? And if a guy played on your team, okay, you went to six finals. The other guy went to six finals with you. You have six rings. He have six rings. He scored just as many points and rebounds and assists and steals as you were doing each time. And he was unblemished too, 6-0 in games, same set sixes. So who is this guy? So if you're number one, why is he not 1.2? Or you're 1.0, why is he not 1.1? Because he was there too. Oh, then we try to find fault and excuses of why. But I was like, if you go back and check the game, the guy that you call him the greatest went 2 games without scoring 20 points. The other guy, he had 30 points those 2 games. And then the other game, the other guy had 60 and he had 20. But he was more consistent. Then another, it's like, okay, he the best, but what about the other guy? Well, he's a role player. He got 7 rings. So the guy with 11, oh, he played in the era was only 18, 19 teams. It was 32 then, but only so many still to make the playoffs. So you're counting in the factors, the same factors, just in a different way. So when you start thinking about you the $1 million dream, factor in all the different ways. I like to give different challenges and different guides throughout. See, it may not make sense to you, but when you start sitting down and thinking about like, what is my worth? Okay, what can I do different? Okay, this experience in my life was about a relationship. So now is my relationship really, is it really not a part of my business? Is it not part of my dream? I'm the $1 million dream. Isn't that part of my $1 million? My family? Not even the money. The riches and the wealth is just family sometimes. Shouldn't I want my family to have a good household? I'm happy. Don't I want my wife to be happy? I'm happy. Don't I want my husband to be happy? I want my partner, my child happy. So I want, if I'm happy, I want my child to be happy. See, that's things we don't talk about no more. That's why certain things happen in this world. But no, I'm not Bill Cosby. I'm Otha Williams Jr. And I'm here to help you what the Creator gave me. You can look at me whatever way. Your religion dictate you don't listen to me, then that's a religion I never want to be around. I don't want to be around you because that's how you live your life. But if you're really ready for a pro moving forward, a ship, let's go. Contact me. Hit me up. You have a great day. Love yourself. Don't be a lover of yourself. Keep having positive reinforcements, good affirmations. I love me. I am great. I am made for greatness. I am the greatness. I am the $1 million dream. And for men, you are the prize and you are just as special as the woman. Just because you was never told that, but you are a man. Men, we go through the same. We have a heart. We all bleed red. And if you want to look at nationalities and ethnicities, don't just look at one and say that's the problem. We all are the problem. If you look at me because of my color and I wear a hoodie and you are frightened by me, you need to go check why you are frightened by me. You need to stop watching TV and you need to come see me. Come see me one-on-one and talk about. I'm not going to be mad because you said I'm scared of you because that's what TV portrayed. That's what my parents told me. And I won't be mad. I was like, you know why I'm hesitant about you? Because that's how you think. I don't want to be around somebody that think like that. I don't want to have no friend like that. And I don't want to be guessing about who I'm around, even with my own people. You do shady stuff to your woman, I don't want to be around you telling me I just had sex with that other woman 3 weeks ago and your woman right there, but she in the back room sick, and you telling me you love her. I'm sorry, like I'll pay for sex, but I'm not out there doing these things, and I feel, and it's not that I feel bad, and I see, I like, man, look what they going through, and then it like become enjoyable. They're like, why you don't want to do nothing? That's not my. I'm coming because I wanted to have sex for enjoyment, for a little pleasure with a person that's fully understanding of what is going on, and I can see you're not fully understanding of what's going on. So I get attached easily to a woman from a kiss, from a hug, because I'm connecting my spirit to hers, and it's not even sexual; it's intimate. And I see, like, man, I got a heart. The heart is not designed like a lot of other people's. It's not. It's not willing to just say, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about you. Sometimes this is the battle with me this season coming up. I'm gonna have to lose a lot of people to say no to. I don't, and like to a woman like, why do you think women disrespect? 'Cause I say no. She's like, and she couldn't say. I was like, why would you do it? And she just smiled. Cause she's like, cause you too like, yep, I'm foolish. Yep. She like, what nice, like nice mean foolish. She's like, I never knew that. And I showed her the meaning of nice. I was being foolish. So I'm good. Now I'm understanding the power of one is, so far I talked about dignity. I got dignity and honest. I'm honest. When you truly that way, because they're going away from it. They're telling you that vampires are good now and zombies. Zombies are people that's stupid idiots. That's no mind. They're disabled. They are not even with us. They're in a whole nother place. While you sitting there, you looking at them like, how is you doing that? That's hurting you or that's hurting someone. And they oblivious to that fact because they need to be on top. They grew up poor. Just like I grew up poor. I had food stamps. I had to get change from $1 food stamp. I had to buy at least something that cost 5 to 10 cents. If I wanted the 75 cent or the 85 or the 95 cent out of it, if I wanted the real change from it, the monies, I had to buy a item. So you can't tell me. And a lot of the government stuff wasn't bad. I still like to. If you're gonna make peanut butter cookies, you better buy. Don't buy regular peanut butter. It's already sweetened. You can't add. Buy the things from that you make from scratch. I like the block cheese. That's not as processed as the other cheese. It still is oily. It's still closer to the original. The bad part, the government stuff is generic, so they don't make it the same way. It's closer to the original. So I know there's a lot I can talk about, but you gotta start being honest with yourself and work on you the dream. If you kill your mind, you kill your dream. If you kill others, you kill the dream. Everyone is connected in some sort, purpose, or way. People that say stupid things, the creator uses you because he needs you. That's to me, and that's my sole purpose of living into my natural born life. The creator need me. I'm not gonna sit there and say something stupid like, our creator don't leave me. He gonna do it out himself. Okay. I don't go out and talk to that young man. Nobody else talk to that young man. How does the creator can spiritually help him, but while on this green earth that the creator made with me in it, and he put me in it as a being, not a robot, not a zombie, not a vampire, a person, a human, a home like a sapien. I can think. I got a brain, got a body, got limbs, I got eyes, got heart and an ear. I got a heart to love and to understand, to mind to understand, the mentality to be true, to be myself. Why wouldn't he utilize me to help people? I'm not worried about the person say, "Well, you're not a certain religion." Yeah, you certain religion. You sit back and watch your son and daughter get mentally murdered and killed and psychologically corrupted and gone, but have a problem with the people that's helping, that's truly taking the time out to help people. Yeah, you are something is wrong with you. Are you aligned to the devil, the evil, what you want to call? Are you ready for the hellfire? You ready? We setting our own self up. We made the devil on earth. We created all that. To me, just like they say, It's a prison there if you never go. How did that saying go? Like, do the tree make noise in the forest when it fall? If you're not around, yes, it's gonna make noise. You just can't hear it. Like if the prison there, just because you don't never go, I know it's there. So just because you're not doing it, it's not there for you. It's there. It's somebody else's life is relevant. So I'm here. I know I'm here for you. It's the best I can be. And one thing I would tell people, if you need somebody and somebody want to be there, take them as they are. A lot of people, I'm using my resources I have to to help you. Like I don't have all the answers. I should say that I know for one, like a grant, go to library. They teach you how to do that. They show you, they guide you. That's the biggest help I can give you. Now I just learned this myself, so I'm still learning and reading about it. I don't like saying a lot because I know when you do take a grant, it's funded by the company. All the companies want to just show that you use it for the proper things. You can use grants just to fix your tire because you needed to go to school. All I had to do is show I'm going to school. I took so many hours in school. I had to need my car. Excuse me. I needed that money. They okay with that because you used it for that purpose. See, you don't even know that just these little bitty things out there can help you. You looked at a person and said they can't help you because of their words. They disagree. Like, no, I never disagree with my friend. But I stopped and thought about like if you was in danger and the creator that you call God told you that's what you call. I don't call him that. I call him the creator. You call him God. He said there's a hole and I like you can't see the hole. And I say can't don't walk that direction. You not gonna listen to me? Because you're gonna say, well, you because I'm focusing on me. Yes, because I know I'm a human too. I know I'm a being, and the Creator made me as a being. The quote unquote, well, I'm gonna say God. You got God, and He made me. He made you too, and I never gave you a reason not to be watchful. I'm not gonna walk in the hole, so I'm gonna stand all the way. It's on the right side. You can stay on the right and keep walking to fall in the hole. I'm not gonna feel bad. But then what's gonna happen is you're gonna take time out. You're gonna be hurt, and then now I gotta go get help for you. Because just you ain't want to hear what I had to say. That's why I say a lot of people dreams and everything. It's an example. I don't discount. I don't care that Donald Trump father had money for him. I don't discount that he still had to use the money the correct way. There's people that had the money didn't use the correct way because they wasn't they didn't understand. So you are this dream. Come on, let's go work it, do it. Like you want to say you like to wear Nike, just do it. Just do it. Don't worry about no the consequence. That's a trick. See the sequences that you don't know about is the best ones. You don't know the effects, and then you're not worried about the effects because only thing you working on is your now. You're not worrying about your past. You're not worrying about the future because you can't predict it. Like I said, you work as we all say. We know this. Work towards it. You know how much money you make. Calculate it. Use the equation. You know how much you should be spending each week. Do that. So the times of 2 years, a year from now, you're still doing that, but now you got a little bit more money. Hmm. Now you educated yourself. So start thinking and pondering on that. And you are the $1 million dream. You are great. You are beautiful. You are lovely. You are wonderful. Anything less than that, check yourself. Get back to who you used to be and the best you can be. Be the best you can be. Be you. Trust in yourself. Have some pride into what you do. I don't care if you a dietary aid. I don't care if you a pet groomer. Get some joy. Get your joy back. Find out what your joy is and do it. And if your joy consists of some craziness, yeah, you might want to rethink that. Like you like going skydiving, go skydiving. But if your joy is punching people in the face, you might want to like rethink that because there's there's a lot of sequences after that the effects that can happen to you that it's not going to be favorable. I'm talking about what's going to be favorable to you, and I'm not saying control. I don't want to control your life. If you like doing drugs, and that's on you. I don't know what drugs. I never met a drug that profited a person anything. I didn't know a great. Show me a person that do crack on a normal basis and there's nothing wrong with that person or their child, then we have a conversation. But till then, be positive, upright, good. I'm, you are a God. You're not the God. You're a part of the image of the Creator. You're the part of the Almighty. If He's Almighty, then what are you? If He's the Father, what is the balance of the Mother? So what are the persons there for? You need the Fa and Ma, the mother and the father. That's the balance. We need a balance. Stop allowing the things to divide you and your family. Figure out what's wrong. That's the dream. The dream don't come. The dream come with the price. The price of what? What is your cost? My cost is love. To be the best me I can be. Honesty, truth. I am truth. Honesty, resolve, resolution. I am a great man. I am a good man. I know I'm working within me the right way, in a purposeful way, in the power of my oneness. But who are you? Shalom.